Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my little sunflowers. How are you today on this Monday evening? What do we call it?
Back to life.
Back to life Monday.
Yes.
Well, as we going into Monday night, we hope that you had a wonderful day and a wonderful back to life Monday, because it definitely feels like back to life, because I just thought it was Sunday, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, with no delay, I really want to get on something real fast. I really want to talk about Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue. Now, everything I say is allegedly. I don't know if this is true, but it is remiss of me not to mention it. It's been playing on the news, and along with Cat Williams and Taraji P. Henson and Oprah Winfrey, things like Blue Ivy was almost poisoned, or was poisoned, allegedly. And Beyonce wasn't there. She was with her father. Okay. Now everyone knows, well, if you don't know, it is alleged that Beyonce has left Jay-Z.
Yes.
And Jay-Z's mother is begging for Beyonce to go back, be with Jay-Z. I don't know what's going on, and it's alleged that when Beyonce heard that Blue Ivy was almost poisoned, getting ready to drink it, had a sip, whatever happened, I wasn't there. That she was absolutely devastated, and it is alleged. Now, everything is alleged, but I'm a conspiracist to a degree. Okay. So let me tell you what I think. Now, I could be so wrong, y'all. I don't even know if I should put it on air, but it's a conspiracy. Someone said that it was Diddy who did it. I don't know. It was supposed to be a lady, and she was caught. And I'm wondering, could it have been Jay-Z did something like that to get back with Beyonce?
Yeah, that is very suspicious.
Beyonce's not there. I'm not saying this is conspiracy. But out of desperation, when you have your mom, or your mom is calling about, please don't leave my son, please don't. And because they're in this divorce thing, and it's getting bad because Solange is back in. And remember, Solange and Jay-Z Beyonce wasn't even talking for a while.
Yep.
What you got to say about all this, baby Crone? You seem like you yapping over there. Yup. Go ahead. Tell the people what's going on. I just need to say something else that's going on about that. Go ahead, baby Crone.
Well, yeah, this pretty much what's going on, but it's very interesting because why the little child? I'm sorry, I apologize. Why go for the daughter? Or isn't
Blue Ivy?
Yeah, thank you. Isn't Blue Ivy their oldest daughter?
Yes, and then they have a set of twins, a boy and a girl.
See, why are they going after the oldest? I mean, we do know that Blue Ivy has been put on stage.
And everything is allegedly, we're saying.
Yes.
Because we don't know. I was like, why didn't this top the chart? Because of Cat Williams done blew everybody's mind.
Yes.
And it is interesting. And I am going to do a video about it because they going after Oprah. So I'm going to do that. But back up here, because these things are falling through the cracks. And honestly, whoever attempted or did anything to that child, oh my God, she's innocent.
Yeah.
And it is said that it was a disgruntled worker that used to work for
a
Jay-Z.
rival company.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
This is some.
Yeah.
Oh, don't mess with the children.
Exactly.
Don't mess with the children. But you know what? When you in high places, they play chess, and nothing's off limits with them.
Yeah.
But to touch that little girl, shame on you. Shame on you for that little girl who's innocent. Well, anyway, they said that Beyonce couldn't be followed. So I would be crazy if I didn't read. I don't have my other card, so I'm going to have to just use these. I'm going to do a quick reading.
Okay.
I want to know how that little girl's doing.
All right.
And
is the card we're picking going to be the child to represent?
yes, we're going to pick the child. We're going to definitely pick the child. You're going to help me read over there?
Yes, I am.
All righty. So you give your interpret and I'll give mine.
Yeah.
I'd really have to go in on this because this is a travesty. Who touches a child?
Mm-hmm.
Poison a child.
Yeah, as at that poison.
And that seemed that that's the Hollywood go-to. That's all way back in the day when they used to give mollies and put things in people drink. This is what they said Bill Cosby did. So this poor now they don't just get you high now or get you lucid or weak or vulnerable. Now they aim to take you out. This is some crazy mafia BS.
That's what it is. It's some mafia.
This is
Godfather stuff.
And it's so sad that we can't live in a world, voice our opinions, be it yay or nay, without somebody getting so sensitive that you want to remove a life. You are not God. But I'm telling you, everything you do is going to come back on you or yours. What is valuable? We get at escape nothing. Baby Crone and I believe in life after death.
Yes, we do.
And as I shuffle these cards, we've seen this show. I don't remember what it is, but it shows people that goes back in their life. They struggling in this life. They don't know why they struggling. But because of the lives that they lived, they paying karma after this life.
Yes.
Tell the truth, baby. Crone.
Yes. It was called Who Was I in My Past Life. It's along those lines. I'll have it flashing across the bottom for you guys. It was very good. Riveting good 3 hours.
Please just look at it. Because I've always believed it. Because that goes along with the hauntings that I experienced when I was younger, remember? And I was one of them kids. So my story is powerful. You know? I used to creep my family out with it.
Yeah, actually, I saw a story.
You can see, and they even have it with children.
Yes.
I was one. Yes.
Their family was creeped out.
You get creeped out.
It'll go away, and it never did.
Because you're saying, for me, not on. That's why I don't want to get into me.
Okay,
I don't want to get into me. Because if I get into me, I'll start wanting to ask questions because I have questions. But I can say, me being that kind of child, they done called me indigo children, all kind of children. Before there was a name, I was called a special child all my life with this gift that has been hell. It has not been beautiful. But as I got older and began to get more help through therapy, I'm able to accept the gift. But it was not easy because I had a family that was scared of me. Scared of the gift, not of me, but afraid of that.
Yeah, and it's weird because isn't spiritual gifts supposed to be passed down from generation to generation, or at least skip generations, depending on how the magical powers want to work? I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah. Sincerely, my apologies. Okay, there we go.
All right. So we're looking for the little girl. You want to entertain them while I look through it?
Yes.
Blue Ivy, Blue Ivy, Blue Ivy.
Yes. Blue Ivy. I mean, it's
right here. She's right here. I was calling her name and she said, "Here I am. Here I am, Auntie Em. Here I am." Well, here we go. So we got Blue Ivy. So what we want to know, first of all, I want to know if she's okay.
Yes.
And I want to know, did somebody really try to harm this little girl? Shame on you. Oh, my God. Shame, shame, shame. It makes you want to cry when you think of that.
Yes, that's literally, this is ridiculous to say it, but that's like the devil's moves,
Isn't it shameful?
Yes, there's something unholy about that.
It is something so unholy. It's just, it just makes me so angry.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to here we have tower. And on the bottom, we have mice.
Oh man, these mice are very popular.
Everywhere we go, we be running cards when you're not, as Baby Crone, get good at the gift. Yes. Aren't you, Baby Crone? You should have had your card.
I will be prepared next time.
Okay. Baby Crone is going to start doing some readings for you guys.
Yes, so this deck in particular, this decking system called the Letterman is honestly much more simpler for me to interpret.
Right. So, but once you get it, once they are so easy, but I am teaching you how to
Yes, you are.
knock it out the park. Okay, here we go. So, let me just take a card from here. Okay, let me take a card from the top. I'm going to take it. Baby Crone, pick a card that you want to represent.
God and God.
Pick any card that you want to represent.
Okay.
That you wanted to tell the story of how this ends. Since you're going to be reading with me, you got to have energy with the card. Not the ones that you can see, but the ones you can't.
Right, yeah.
It's kind of hard, isn't it?
It is. All right.
Baby Crone, you can't look at it. So when I say turn it over, you turn it over.
Okay, Baby
All
Crone
right.
will.
So we see here mice at the bottom, and we see the last card here that we picked was here. So we're going to go with the mice at the bottom, but we do know that the last card was the tower, and we do know mice. So we'll do them like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we understand that this little girl was very, very sheltered. Is that right?
Yes.
Very, very sheltered. Baby, can you see the card?
Yes,
We know that this little girl is very, very sheltered. As I'm talking, get your thoughts together. If you need me to slant the cards, I will. Okay. And remember, we got mice. Okay. Because this is the last card, but you hold the last of the whole gathering. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, as I said, we know that this little girl was vulnerable. Where they were, they couldn't have been home. They could have been out and about at somebody's party. My mom said, were they at that Beyonce? Were they at that Kim Kardashian Christmas party gathering? Were they there? I'm not saying it was. I'm not. I'm just saying. I don't know.
It definitely was some type of gathering for the food caterer lady to somehow mysteriously be doing something with the food.
And that was the last time I seen them together. That's why I mentioned that. Because honestly, I didn't even know that Blue Ivy hung out with what you call it. You know, I'll keep my opinions to myself on that. But I don't know. This may be horrible to say it. I don't know if I had my daughter before I read. If I had my daughter, Blue Ivy, that's my daughter. I'm raising my daughter in a way, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would want my daughter hanging out with North.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would want my daughter to hang out with North if she was with her father. But I don't know if I want my daughter to hang out with North when she's with her mother because her mother's so camera struck. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And North is a different person when she's around her mom.
That is true.
And I don't know. She seemed very spoiled and very bratty, and she seemed unhinged. Yes. And it seems like she would say anything out her mouth. And I don't know if I would want my daughter exposed to that behavior if I wasn't around. Is that a mean thing to say?
No.
Okay. And I don't know if that's true about these girls.
No, that's just how they come off.
How they present them. So with that being said, let's get back to the reading. So anyway, we see Blue Ivy. She's in the middle, but she is accompanied by somebody who loves her. So her father may have not done this because that's what I thought. But right here, it sees her father. I don't think her father did this. And it seems like her father would hurt anybody who would try to hurt her in any way. However, above this little girl is money. Mm-hmm. So whoever did it had money to pay off the person who did it. And that is a secret. Whoever did it, we will probably never know that because you see the key and the information is locked inside. So we may not know. Now, in the past, we see that this little girl has gone through some things and have seen some things. Why? Because we see mountains. Okay. So we see block. I'm thinking about a block. It was alleged, I don't know how true it is. It was alleged that I just seen, I don't know how true it is, that it was some time ago when Blue was young, she ran to Rihanna's house.
Oh, okay.
For some kind of protection or whatever. I don't know how true it is, but it is showing up here that in this little girl's card, there is a block. There is a mountain. There is some things that little girl go through and sees that's inside of her. Also, I see a well. We have this thing about a well because a well means there is something deep. There are some deep things going on in that little girl. You wouldn't even think that children have issues.
No.
But they do.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that children have stresses, but they do. And it must be very, very stressful to see your mom and dad come to this, because it is clear that that he loved his daughter, because it does show that here's a dog, and this ain't no wimpy dog. This look like a retriever.
Yeah.
So they really good with children, and they love children. So I see that, and I see the whip on the other side of her. Also, underneath of her, she is protected, but I definitely see somebody with money could have done this thing, because right here you see the mountains and going across, and whoever did it was playing dice. It was a chance they took. It was a chance. It was a chance. Also, they didn't succeed. And I see the ring, but so I see the mountain, which is the marriage, which is the little girl sees. So she's not a little girl, she sees. And it seems like her mother talks to her.
Oh.
Seems like her mother shares stuff with her, because if you see on an angle right here, you see a mountain, you see this, and you see the ring, and this represents their union. So Beyonce wasn't there, and I was thinking that Beyonce did he do this maybe to not to harm her, but to make Beyonce say, I'm scared, I want to be with you. But no, I don't think he did it. It's showing against it. So according to the cost, at least according to what I'm seeing, it doesn't seem that he did it. Also, I see something very, very reflective. And I think it was a crap game that somebody played on her to take this little girl, to harm this little girl. And like I said, here it is, where there's plenty of food, there's plenty of mice. And I'm telling you that there is somebody eating away at the relationship that really is in for Jay-Z. He have definitely enemies when you have to go after a child. What do you have to say about that, baby girl?
Yeah.
And this little girl has been sheltered along with her mother.
Okay.
In the tower. So for this to happen is a travesty.
Yeah,
I don't know if this little
true.
girl's in the hospital or anything, and I don't know how much validity is to it. But where there is smoke, there's fire. But go ahead, baby Crone.
Yes.
You give your interpret.
Yes, I was pondering my interpretation. However, I do see in the past, at least the way I interpret it is, well, okay, we'll come back to the past. The way I see it in the present, looking at the child with the fish above her and the key.
They're going to be more protective over her now.
Yes.
They're going to be more guard. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So Blue Ivy is the center of this. And as we see, the way I interpret it with the fish, it shows that she is very, I don't want to say like lucrative for her family, but they put money and they put effort into their child, and therefore they really want to keep her more caged in. They want to like lock her away more, keep her more protected, especially going back to the tower. However, looking back in her past, now I'm ready to approach that. In her past, I see that Blue Ivy the family had many obstacles trying to keep her on a leash in a way, like really protect her. I mean, she's loyal. I mean, she's a child also, but also if you think about, because this is a puppy, a small puppy has to be trained. So therefore they're keeping Blue Ivy more closer to try to train her to be in the public and watch out for people, and still waters run deep. So they're like instilling this in her to make sure that it's ingrained in her. And now if we move to the future, they've came across this opportunity they've never expected to happen, and it's whipping them, and they're just like, oh my God, we could have done more, we could have done this. And now maybe Beyonce and Jay-Z could be looking at their marriage and commitment and wondering, is this relationship putting a burden on their child or putting a target on their child?
Yes, it definitely put a target on a child. Okay, let's flip it over. Let's see.
Let's see what the card is. Oh, it's the coffin. Well, they have to go back to the drawing board and think about how else they can protect their child.
For me, that coffin is saying that whatever it is, this is the last draw for Beyonce. For whatever it is, it's like this is dead. When my children are starting to get tangled up in your life, it's like I'm gone and I can't trust my child with you. I'm done. It just seemed like she's like, I'm done. Mama, papa, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, best friend, cousin, whatever. I'm done. When you mess with my children, I'm done. This is what I get. Because remember, she's already been teeter-tottering.
Yes, she
Now
has
that
been.
somebody from your husband past is coming up against, now I'm done. This is what I get out this reading. Again, everything I say, everything Baby Crone says is allegedly. But as a read on this situation, this is what I come up with. You heard my side, you heard Baby Crone's side. So what I have to say about this, I think that Beyonce is really done with this marriage. And I already read before where I saw the bird and I went back, and it's hard because you don't want them to break up. I'm like their mother, you don't. But when it comes down to my child's life is at stake, now I have a problem because you're trying to hurt me and mine because of what my husband's done.
Yes.
This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing at all. And I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm saying this is what it looks like. So before I tap out of this, I'm going to ask a question. And I want to know, how is Blue Ivy doing right now, if all of this is true?
Oh.
Well, we see the Hierophant. So it seems like she's under prayer. She's under protection. You know, they are reevaluating, watching, looking. If any of this is true, she's safe. She's safe in the arms of love and the arms of the power of the divine. She's safe.
I like
Is there anything you have to ask?
Yes, I do have something. I mean, it does say she is safe. When I think of the Hierophant, I do think of like a commitment. So I do think of like her mother and father there.
Yes,
diligently working to make sure that she is okay. Now, I actually do have a question.
And that is?
That question is, how does Jay-Z feel about his daughter being targeted? Like, does he want to get revenge?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think to me, it just said he's just happy, relieved.
Okay.
Relieved, like, whoo, this. I get a feeling like just, Lord have mercy. I'm glad my daughter's alive. Lord have mercy. It didn't take. Lord have mercy. Whatever was against her fell. It did not fall through. They didn't get her. They didn't. That's how I get. I just get nothing but complete gratitude.
Okay.
That nothing happened and that he was there and able to catch it. That's what I get. Is that good?
Yes.
So with that being said, we got to talk about other things. But for now, this is what we have to talk about, Baby Blue Ivy. We don't know if it's true, but we did read on it. And from the looks of it, it looks like Jay-Z merch is in big trouble with Beyonce. And Solange is back on the scene. And I think I want to do a read about her later.
Okay.
How about that? So with that being said, we thank you for joining us and listening to our commentary and reading cards on Baby Blue.
Yes,
Baby Blue. She is a baby to us.
Yes, she is.
She's a baby to us. So we wish nothing but goodness for Baby Blue. And if this didn't happen, we just pray that the angels are protecting that little girl. We just send up prayers for that little girl, that nothing negative form against her shall prosper.
Yes.
That little girl shall live out her life. Whatever going on between her mama and her papa, that little girl should not have to pay. And shame on anybody who's done this thing. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, we thank you for joining us.
Sunflower.